Okay, so that brings us to the last part of our segment, is bringing it all together. So how does this fit for you? First, we talked about doing a soil test, how to do that. Then we talked about the farm planning, how to plan your operation around that. Then we looked at the fertiliser recommendations back after the soil report come back. Then the next time we looked at the top-up, how we topped up with foliar fertiliser and so forth. So let's bring all that together and just understand how that all fits then. So what are we really doing in nutrition? What we're doing in nutrition is the combining of energies within the soil, within a plant, to grow a crop, be it grain crop, be it fruiting crops, whatever it is. So start with the soil where we started. The soil is just like a battery. It has a positive and negative charge within it. So the different elements that we have within soils, being your phosphoruses, your nitrogens, your potassiums and so on, all have a charge within themselves, positives and negatives. Let's look at then that battery that I talked about that holds this energy within your soil. That's the carbon levels, and you look at it on your soil test, you see soil carbon. So what's carbon really do? Carbon's an energy source where it holds and stores all those nutrients for you. So think about your car battery. Think about soils in balance anywhere. We need a good charge within that battery to inspire that crop to grow. So how do we get power back into soil? It's through what we call on a soil test as electrical conductivity, and that comes through lightning strikes from the clouds, from the storm clouds that come through, strikes the earth, and it empowers the soil again. So where's that energy stored? In the carbon molecules of soil. We look at a soil test and we see the different levels you have of carbon within soil. So carbon in itself, then you say, well, how much is enough? What do we have? How does it work? So within a battery you have cells, carbon cells, all held within sulfuric acid, positive and negative charge, one on each end. The soils within the Simpson Desert, you say, well, the Simpson Desert, it's just sand. Well, it holds 1.5% carbon. What's lacking from the Simpson Desert? It is moisture. So when the moistures, the rains come, the wildflowers bloom. So the carbon energy within soil is held there and stored, activated through moisture to release nutrients into the soil. So firstly, let's look at that element then, carbon. When we plant a little grain or a seed or a seedling into the soil, the first thing that plant takes is carbon. That's what it needs to reproduce. It needs that to swell the seed. The next element that little plant takes, or that little seedling takes as it begins to bud and grow, is calcium. Calcium forms the cells so that then it would push that little seedling up through the top of the earth. It's only when it comes up, then it starts to put that little root down, does it take phosphorus from the soil. So all these elements that I'm talking about, calcium, carbon first, calcium, phosphorus then, to push the little root system out and push that little plant up. As it breaks forth from the top of the earth, then it starts to take nitrogen. It takes nitrogen from the soil, it brings the energy from the sun, the chlorophyll starts to work, it comes up a nice little green plant, and then it grows from there. Potassium then is used in the fruiting side of the plant. When it starts to put its fruit on, it starts to reproduce and fruit. Sulfur being the formation of proteins and enzymes in this whole process. Then don't forget about your micro elements, your zincs for your cell strength and the structure of the cell. Boron, steering wheel of calcium, it's known as that. Must have boron, very much it's leached out on the coastal areas where you have longer rain, so you've got to top up with boron. Boron is the steering wheel that steers all these nutrients throughout the system of the plant. Copper, iron, all very much linking agents within it, and the building of chlorophylls within the plant. So when we talk about bringing it all together, it's just the importance of balance within a soil and the leaf structure of the plant. The synergies of one element with another and the antagonistic of one element with another. It just might be that those elements don't fit. That's where a qualified soil agronomist can help you, and an advisor on soil and plant nutrition can help you build a program around for your farm at this time, at this year. So whenever you're planning something, have a think about it. Ask a qualified nutritionist how to build a program, how they can help for your farm. So don't be afraid to give me a call at any time. Thank you.